Hi, everybody. Christine Williams here from Sarasota, Florida. I am a longtime realtor. I've been doing real estate full time in the state of Florida since 1999. I was licensed in 1996. So, those of you in the profession hopefully know the difference between licensed and being a realtor. So, yes, I am a member that is being affected by all the changes. I am an NAR member, a Florida Realtor member, and a local association member. So, before we get into a quick chat on that, let's discuss that the first half of 2024 is over. I know there's a lot of folks in a lot of markets that are struggling this year. There still seem to be a lot of new agents coming into the industry month after month after month. I do get the statistics for those that take and pass the Florida real estate exam. So you guys keep coming down here. I joke that people that relocate to Florida, when they cross the border, I think everybody gets handed a complimentary real estate license. It seems that way. In reality, Florida does have the most real estate licensees of any state, even though California and New York and Texas have bigger populations. So while I'm joking about passing out free real estate licenses, we do have an influx and an overabundance, frankly, of real estate licensees here in Florida. That's a fact. So all that being said, it is what it is. Some of us are practicing, some aren't. 2024 for some of us, like myself, is actually very busy, very productive. Sales are good and solid. But again, I'm in Southwest Florida. So different markets across the country, different markets in Florida are different. I'm seeing people in Colorado talk about short sales. I'm seeing people in other areas talk about tremendous price reductions. Here we are having price reductions. I think that's normal because sellers, some of them still have the mindset, right, of 2021. Those days are gone. We're back to what's being called a normal market. So if you got licensed after 2020, welcome to the real world. This is what real estate's all about. This is why we typically take listing agreements for a time frame of 6 months to a year to 18 months if it's a luxury listing. So talk to your broker about what the minimum is. There is no DOJ coming after us so far in regards to the time frame on a listing agreement. That's a contractual agreement. A contractual agreement has to have an end and a start date, and it has to have consideration, which is the compensation. And in Florida, you cannot automatically renew, otherwise it is invalid. So, quick tip on paperwork. Point is, we are halfway through the first year. We are halfway through the year, not the first year, the year. For some of you, it is your first year. So I would be interested in the comments for those of you who are in the business for the first time in 2024. I'd love to hear your feedback. What are you struggling with? Are you liking it? Are you not liking it? Are you sailing off? Are you really, really struggling? If you're struggling, just so you know, that's normal. Again, I've been licensed for almost 3 decades. 1996 is when I got my license, and we've always told people that you really should have 6 months to 12 months of income saved up from your former job, from your spouse, from your pension, whatever it is. When you get started in real estate, you are self-employed. In most situations, there are some salaried realtor business models. There has never been a set commission. Technically, we will not go down that road. I am a licensed instructor. I represent different entities and associations, and I also own my own real estate school, so I can speak on behalf of my own opinions through my real estate school, but I need to be very careful and taper my opinions because I also do represent some associations as a faculty member and a certified instructor. I even teach designation courses. So my opinions are my opinions. I do have concerns about all the changes coming up. August 17th, those of you that are new in the business, you might fare better than those of us that have been in longer, quite frankly, because you're not going to know anything different than getting those buyers to sign our buyer broker agreement. Those have always been around. In my personal experience, it's been hard to get buyers to sign a contractual agreement because they don't want to be locked down to a realtor, knowing that what it states is that they may have to compensate you if the seller doesn't. And for decades, it's been the business model in many states that the listing agreement is the compensation agreement between the seller and the listing agent. They come up with some percentage or a flat fee, and it's never been a set number, regardless of what the improper headlines are telling us and the public around the country and perhaps the world, there's never been a specific number. So stop using numbers first and foremost. That's where you're making your first mistake in this business. Stop using a specific number, and I'm sure you all know which number I'm talking about, in Facebook groups, on TikTok, in your video promos here on YouTube. Stop using that number. That is incorrect. That's how DOJ got involved in our business, because you guys were spitting out incorrect information. So first and foremost, we'll talk about compensation later, but let's talk about, have you met your goals for 2024 for the first half? If not, what are you going to do differently? Because our whole industry is changing August 17th. The way we get compensated is, in my opinion, going to be more challenging. I feel like we're going to do more work and we're going to get compensated less than what we are accustomed to, regardless of the amount. Overall, we're going to be expending more hours into the business for smaller paychecks as things go on. I feel that August is going to be very chaotic. There's going to be a lot of unknowns. There's going to be probably a lot of rewritten buyer's agreements. I know that the DOJ is currently investigating the new paperwork that California has come out with. So gosh knows what state is next. Anyway, I just wanted to jump on here again, July 2nd. We're headed into the second half of the year. I will be on here more to help out, give you little tips on everything from social media to how to interact with buyers, how to interact with sellers, how to market yourself, how to get prospects without spending money. So if you need to reach me in the meantime, I'm going to put my email address in the chat box. Feel free to reach out to me. Let me know what topics you want to see on here next, and we will get everybody engaged and hopefully more competent as we move along in the industry. So as it is July 2nd, I just want to say happy Independence Week to everybody. And let's all just be mindful that we're in an election year and we need to mind our manners and have respect for people, even those that don't believe like we do. So stay tuned until next time.